How you doing, everyone? This particular topic we're going to cover today is probably going to be a shocker. It'll be a great one for you to share with all of your, your white collar friends that look down upon all the blue collar folks, and when they see all the media propaganda and all the political positioning and how corporate Canada or corporate US whatever country you're in, how they're always talking about how robots they're coming to take away the jobs of all the us lowly blue collar, like the people that actually build the world that you live in, right? All the laborers, right? Your framers, your plumbers, your electricians, all that stuff. How or you manufacture people on the assembly line, like I say, all the people that bring everything to fruition, and I always give credit to the people, the ideas, the innovators, the creators, right? The creators, they definitely deserve the respect and admiration for their beautiful ideas and their concepts that they dream up in their mind. But without other human beings to bring that concept to actual fruition in the real world, it's just a dream, right? But the beautiful thing about how this kind of scenario has been talking about, especially when these corporations stuff are using it to knock off the people on the bottom end, well, think about it. If I was a business owner, and actually I have been, and I actually still do own the business, not really doing much with it right now, I'll say, but yeah, if you want to talk about cost savings, yeah, I suppose getting rid of the people, on the lower end of the scale, if there's a whole lot of them, you can save a bunch of money. But let's say entry-level management or mid-management or upper management. Now, I never had that kind of scenario in any business, and that's for sure. Mine's a very, very small business, right? But in any kind of a business, we all know that, yeah, your management positions are the ones that actually make way more money and take more economic resources out of the company, out of the corporation, right? So what better way if you want to, save your bottom line, cut out some extra costs that are unfounded? Well, in the modern age of automation and computerized abilities, how they can do basically everything. I mean, think about it. As far as administration, especially administration, number crunching, accounting, right? Or like I say, stock purchasers. Is there really a need for any of those fuckers nowadays? Actually, the people actually at the bottom, there's still a lot of them that you can't replace them. Like, the framers, your plumbers, like there's no robots that can do that kind of work, but there's all kinds of robots or algorithms or programs that can take the place of number crunchers, right? Or people that order or purchasers, right? Like I say, the managerial, the white collar positions, and this is in reflection. It's all coming out now. So all you people, like I say, all you people that get to benefit, the ones at the higher up on the ladder or the scale in the corporate world, yeah, you were looking down at the serfs below you. I'm glad I'm not them. Well, guess what? It's coming your way. And it'll actually be a lot easier because, like I said, it's much easier to create computer programs and algorithms that can take your number crunching job and make it obsolete. Same with bankers and all these people like real estate folks. And like, think about how many of the positions that are still flourishing today, and it's only because they can lobby government and prevent that kind of automation or computerization that will step in and take their jobs much more easily. But like I said, they're going to lose the battle, especially when corporate profits are shrinking ever and ever constantly, right? Like I say, none of this shit's going to work out for good for anybody, but it's always, oh, I don't care if it doesn't affect me. Well, when it starts to, then you'll start to care. CBC News, under the business section, as well or better than humans, quotations, automation set for big promotions in white-collar job market. Experts say millions of Canadian jobs could be at risk over the next decade. You better believe it. Especially government jobs. I mean, think about all the fucking government workers, right? I mean, I would say the largest percentage of government employers, it's not like they're doing physical manual labor that can't be reproduced easily with a robot. Number crunching, bureaucracy, very easily replaced, right? very easily replaced by computers or programmable software or algorithms. These are the positions actually that I'm surprised aren't the first ones, but like I said, because of the political positioning and lobbying efforts and da-da-da, yeah, of course, they're a little bit, they were pushed a little bit further back as far as, well, we'll deal with the lowly serfs first, right? But like I said, coming soon to a corporation near you. Tori Storman thought she was safe. As far as career choices go, working in mortgage financing at one of the country's top banks seemed like a solid bet. Bet you spent a lot of money on the education to do that too, right? You know it. She figured there would be more job security than many other professions and plenty of opportunities to climb the corporate ladder in Toronto. That was back in 2010. Over the next 7 years, she says she had a front row seat to watch automation. Most often, intelligent software take over nearly every aspect of mortgage processing. Well, of course, like I said, it's just number crunching, and that's actually something that computers are very, very, very well adept and amazingly capable of doing, right? That's actually one of the best things that they can perform is mathematical equations and all that stuff. Like I said, I witnessed about 40% of my department get laid off, and the reason they were given was automation, the 32-year-old told CBC News. And these are people who had spent years getting trained to be experts in this field. A lot of it was pretty shocking to all of us. So yeah, you spend, let's say you spent 40, 50, 60, some of them maybe up to 100 grand in your education, only to find out that, yeah, you're still going to have to pay all them loans because, yeah, federal and provincial government, those are the only non-forgivable loans that you'll ever see. You can go through bankruptcy and stuff with private debt, but not with government debt. They're going to hold that shit over your head till the day you die. So, yeah, once again, experts say the technological upheaval that's rocked industrial manufacturing for decades is set for rapid expansion into white-collar roles. In fact, it's already begun in some sectors. The concern is that if people aren't prepared to adapt and quickly, they could be left without work. Sunil Johai, policy director at the Mowat Center think tank at the University of Toronto, says millions more Canadians between 1.5 million and 7.5 million. Boy, that's a wide range, isn't it, right? So just guesstimates, of course. Many of them highly skilled workers could face such a fate over the next decade because of rapid technological advances, including in artificial intelligence and robotics, and the potential for automating increasingly sophisticated tasks, which actually the more sophisticated the tasks that's far removed from actual physical labor, the much easier computers do it, right? I mean, computers are very good at those kind of sophisticated tasks. Now, I'm pretty good at math. I'm actually very excellent. You could take actually even the best person on the planet at doing math, and computers will kick their ass, not just by a small degree, but substantially. Even even some of the humans that can do the Rubik's Cube in 12, 13 seconds, well, a robot just did it in less than 1 second. So not just a little better, way better. There's some tests that robots, like I said, will be much, much more proficient, cheaper. And I mean, programs, a lot cheaper than big, gigantic robots, right? Let me read a little bit more here. Joe Hall says, at this point, nobody should consider their job safe. We are starting to see in fields like medicine, law, investment banking, dramatic increases in the ability of computers to think as well or better than humans. And that's really the game changer here, because that's something that we have never seen before. No, it's been around forever. Like I say, it's all about bureaucracy and lobbying efforts. But here are the positions that they're saying jobs are at risk and the percentage of the potential of the risk to the job, right? So, loan officers, probability of automation, 98%. Receptionists and clerks, of course, 96%. Paralegals and legal assistants, right? Yeah, 94%. Retail salespeople, yeah, like I say, look at all the kiosks that are popping up all over the place. Look at Amazon. Look at even grocery stores that are now turned to automation and using your smartphone, right? So yeah, hugely, 92%. Taxi drivers and chauffeurs, as we all know, they're talking about, they try to talk about, truck drivers, you're going to be fucked, right? Yeah, what about taxi cab drivers and chauffeurs? Yeah, you're in the same position. Matter of fact, it's a lot easier probably to drive a little cab or a car than a big truck with 80,000 pounds of weight behind it, right? So, security guards, 84%. Cooks in fast food, 81%. And bartenders, 77%. I mean, and the list goes on and on and on. And it gets right down to, and I can see where that is, like physicians and surgeons, it's down to like 0.4%. So yeah, the people, like I said, the people that actually have to use their hands and their brain and make that whole thing work. And, like I say, your jobs are still safe for a little while yet. But as you're seeing, a lot of the parasites, a lot of the people that have been living high and mighty for a long time now in Canada, because, like I say, because their lobbying efforts and their ability to keep government, pushed back away from imposing their will on their particular sector in the economy, times they are a-changing. So, I mean, let me just offer a suggestion to all the white-collar folks. Now that you see, or now that you should at least acknowledge or realize what's coming down the pipe, I think it's really, really, really imperative that you start showing a little solidarity with the people that you've been spending so much time looking down upon throughout the course of your lives and the course of your career. Because at some stage again, they may very well be the only people that you will ever be able to rely on in this postmodern, post-robotic, computers running everything type of world we live in. Be careful the kind of people you throw under the bus. You might very well need them at some point and stage in the future. It's Canadian Libertarian. I love liberty.